Welcome to Divine Light and Love Oracle. I'm Stella, and Mark and I are here this evening to provide some support to the community, especially those that are dealing with very heavy energies at this time. I just want to extend love and light and encouragement to all the light workers who are going through their own seasons with darkness and struggles. You are not alone. You are surrounded by a community of light and love and people that want to uplift, encourage, and inspire you to do good, to grow, and to become a vessel of light that will shine brighter than you have ever shined before. And so in the background, you will notice the healing singing bowls that are playing just to provide some support and encouragement while we're preparing for the messages. Let me see. I'm going to try to adjust the camera a little better. There we go. I'm just waiting for the live to pick up so that we can start with the messages. So just take a moment to just focus your energy, to relax. Take some nice cleansing deep breaths and allow your light and love and positive energy to just flow from the top of your crown all the way down to your feet. These tones will assist in the attunement and healing, especially if there are any energy disruptions that are going on with you right now. This will help you to feel refreshed, feel peaceful and serene. All right. For those of you who have experienced revelations, knowledge, these are all part of the ascension process that's taking place right now. For some people, you're experiencing pain, aggravation. You may feel it in your body, headaches, fatigue, stomach trouble. You may be feeling anxiousness. For some of you, you might even be feeling like your heart has palpitations when you're asleep. And all of these things that are happening are not happening to you, but they're happening for you to prepare you for the next leg of your journey. I'm here with you this evening because I felt called to bring light, encouragement, and empowerment, especially for those who have been victimized, struggling, who've gone through abuse, who've gone through all kinds of different injustices. This message is for you to lift you up, to empower and encourage you, and remind you that you are a worthy vessel of light and love and goodness. And so this is the Lightworker Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. I remember getting this deck and just really wanting to work with it. The imagery, the numbers are very powerful. So if you're here listening to this channel tonight, or if you're watching this on a playback, pay attention to the imagery, pay attention to the numbers. As I'm shuffling, I can feel heart chakra activation. These tones. For some of you, you're having third eye chakra opening. For some, you're experiencing Kundalini rising. But we just come before you this evening collectively to the divine and to the angels and our ascended masters, the Holy Spirit. We ask for divine light and love protection, guidance, and wisdom. May the messages give us clarity and understanding as we embark on our journey to wholeness. This one flipped right over. Paradigm shift. It actually tried to appear in the reverse, but I'm going to go ahead and take it right side up. Paradigm shift. You are undergoing radical growth in your belief systems. Now is the time to challenge old attitudes and question previous expectations. You are in an extraordinary time. Great leaps forward can be made in a moment. The world you thought you knew can suddenly break open, and a new world can become your reality. If you take a look at the card, you see what appears to be a very vulnerable feminine that is on the earth, sitting in the earth plane. And above, there's something very ominous going on. There's some type of an illusion that's being exposed. But there's also a door that had been previously shut, and now there is light. And around that door appear to be codes through shapes and glyphs. But it's very obvious that behind the door is pure light. And so as this feminine looks up, she's naked, she's vulnerable, her hands are open like, why? What's happening? She's being made aware that even though there's this ominous presence above, right before her is a doorway to the light. And you also notice the green around her, which is growth and abundance. Buddhists sometimes speak of the beginner's mind, which assumes nothing and therefore is open to everything. A spiritual psychologist might call this the inner child, as it is innocent, curious, unfixed, and always learning. It doesn't get stuck on an answer having to be one way. There is openness to the unknown with curiosity instead. Old souls can sometimes find it hard to recapture their not knowingness. Ask someone with a lot of life experience who may have become a bit world weary to drop expectations. Look at the world through a fresh set of eyes can be challenging. Yet life becomes much more energizing and interesting when you are open and don't hold expectations about what will be. Suddenly, you are receptive to the universe helping you in ways that in the past you did not believe possible, all because you kept an open mind. If you are feeling that you don't really know yourself, your relationships, or your place in the world as you once did, if you are feeling that what you once held to be certain now seems to be a little shaky, these are signs that you are going through a paradigm shift. This will bring you new perceptions that will free you to be in the world in new ways. You will find yourself shedding old limits, fears, and misconceptions. You are stepping beyond what you have known. You are a bit like a traveler in a new city, feeling awkward until she gets the lay of the land and how things operate in that new place. As you trust the unexpected and unknown, the universe is able to help you in unexpected and previously unknown ways. If you find yourself questioning the views in mass media or spoken in the conversations that those around you are having. Take heart and know you are awakening from a fear-based world into a love-filled reality. Your confusion will soon transform into joy at discovering that you are free and have no reason to be afraid. You are encouraged by the universe to embrace the power you have to be a free thinker. Accept the accelerated mental shift happening for you, even if it creates temporary uncertainty or discomfort. Dare to think thoughts of love rather than to lower your vibration by choosing thoughts of fear. Trust, for something helpful and empowering is happening to your soul. So we're going to take a moment and just allow for these healing tones as the invocation is spoken to minister healing to those who are experiencing paradigm shifts. Through divine grace and unconditional love, I open my mind to higher truth of love. May my mind be cleansed from conditioning and gently open to the light of love. I am willing to unlearn what no longer serves me. I am willing to receive teachings and information, guidance and assistance from those beings of pure light and unconditional love that can assist me on my life journey now. My paradigm shift will bring me closer to peace, love, empowerment, and happiness. May this process be held in guardianship by the universe with grace, mercy, tenderness, through my own free will. So be it. So be it. And so the card right next to it, as I just glanced over, is Karmic Clearing. So I'm going to show you the picture, as you can see. So we went from this very ominous picture, and yet again, this is a much older version, but it looks like there is a person in a cave being set free. And so I was led to read the top of this. It says, "You are fast outgrowing a level of consciousness to which are attached particular wounds, issues, and struggles. As you outgrow that consciousness, these issues will release their grip on you. You are receiving divine notice that karmic clearing is taking place through a combination of your own efforts and spiritual grace from the heart of the divine. It is time for an old wound to be released once and for all." Mark, do you have anything to share based on what this card is presenting and what you're receiving intuitively?
Yeah, for me, I think it's when I look at the girl, she's really paying attention to her surroundings. I think in the world today, we're so focused on our technology and our phones, we don't take the time to note what's really happening around us. I think that the adversary would have us distracted and weak and not paying attention, keeping us distracted and keeping us from our main purpose in life.
Right. And knowing that just right around the corner, right in front of us sometimes, is a completely fresh start by one choice, right?
Right.
Right. Go ahead and pull. So, again, these paradigm shifts for many people are very intense right now. Illusions are being exposed. Dark forces are being exposed. And the light is being illuminated for you as a pathway to freedom and hope and encouragement on your journey. The pink rose of Lady Nada. Look at that. We just talked about choices. You have two paths and freedom. The pink rose of Lady Nada. You are in the midst of a heart healing, a healing of the fears and anxieties that have held you back from enjoying your full magnificence. Lady Nada is here with all her gentle power, washing you in soft pink light. All anger, fear, sadness, bitterness, and disappointment and hurt are soothed and loved into peace. She brings you a sign of your future blossoming into deeper love. The pink rose of Lady Nada is a spiritual gift from higher guidance. It brings love, healing, strength, and compassion to your heart. You may be burnt out, feeling anger, fear, depression, chronic fatigue, or compromised wellness. Perhaps your heart is so tired that you struggle with compassion fatigue, finding it difficult to care, even though your nature is one of deep compassion and kindness. Or perhaps you have put your heart and soul into something or someone and feel your efforts have been cast aside or taken for granted. Perhaps you are processing a great loss. Whatever the reason, Lady Nada has come to comfort your soul. Your pain will pass and your suffering will be alleviated sooner and more gently than you might expect. The pink rose of Lady Nada unfolds as an energetic gift, gently pulsing with love and beauty within your heart chakra. It brings you comfort, gentle emanations of divine love, and reassurance that you are so wonderful just as you are. Lady Nada is saying, "How much I like you, dearest child of light. How deeply I love you. I send love and acceptance to you now so that you may come to love and like yourself with all the compassion, kindness, and unconditionality I feel for you. If there is anything or anyone you need to forgive, this gift from Lady Nada will empower you to do so. Your ability to forgive won't make you a doormat for others, but it will free you to leave the past behind. So let other people's choices be about their learning rather than your value, and you choose to love yourself now. If you are at a troublesome point in your life, remember that despite the thorns, a rose has an exquisite perfume. It is a powerful and wise soul that chooses a path that has truly challenging moments. But out of those challenges, great empowerment can be developed. Do not despair. If you seem far from the light, you are simply traveling through darkness for a time. Your inner light is strong enough to see by, even in the darkest of times. Still, that time will end soon, and you shall realize exactly how much you've grown through the experience. You will find your way into peace and happiness. Trust in your own light within and the loving kindness of Lady Nada's blessing now. It is enough to lift you into the light of love and peace. Come back to that love, to the pink rose unfolding in your heart whenever you feel lost. Some challenges are meant to help you grow in your ability to love without condition, to surrender to the divine even when things don't seem to make sense. You undergo such challenges because you are capable, powerful, and wise, and the universe loves you so much. It's guiding you into your most beautiful destiny every day. Release guilt and fear. Know that you are love, always have been, always will be. Guidance is sharing with you now that whatever your struggles may be, they will soon reveal themselves to be nothing more than steps along your path to the sweetest blossoming of your soul. Be patient. Rest with this rose light in your heart, dear soul, for healing energy is flowing into you now. Trust your heart to overcome any pain. It will indeed heal, open up, and love even more powerfully than before. Such is the courage of your heart. That is so beautiful. The invocation says, I gracefully receive the rose light, the blessing of Lady Nada in unconditional love. My heart softens and opens. The pink light of her rose blessing fills me with sweet perfume. I let go. I feel safe and held. I know that I am always loved. I am grateful now and always for love's protection, intervention, guiding hand, and tender grace in my life. In all ways, may I know myself to be worthy of love and love myself truly so that I can truly and freely give love to others, to the world. May all beings truly know love through my own free will, so be it. So right as we started, I knew there was some type of heart chakra activation, and it's coming through due to a paradigm shift that is transforming and shifting and preparing us for yet a deeper level of unconditional love. Right now, during this pandemic, the world has become different but indifferent. People's pain and suffering is often ignored and even covered up. People turn their backs. They turn away from the pain and suffering. But for those of us who are conscious, aware, and awakened, we are equipped to receive the blessing of the pink rose of Lady Nada, to open our hearts, to go deeper, to be compassionate, and to rise above all of the adversity that may be in the world around us. Hold your center. Very straightforward message. As you can see, as above, so below. We have the dove, the peaceful dove in the heavenly realm. We have our spiritual self, our energetic body in alignment. And then we have our earthly body also in alignment, and abundance flowing around us, growth happening around us, light happening from within us. Please. Number 34.
Have you been rushing out to meet others, trying to bend or accommodate their needs at the expense of your own well-being and inner peace? Now you are to strengthen your own energy, your own boundaries, to find your ground, firmly place your feet there and do not move. Feel your feet anchoring you like a beautiful tree. Let yourself experience quiet certainty as you hold your center with commitment, courage, and consciousness. You are learning to trust your own instincts, to take your own journey without comparison to the life path of another. There is no need to become disheartened or distracted by comparisons or judgments. The earth needs your light, which can only come from you. You will offer so much less if you try to make it match your beauty to what you perceive to be the beauty of another. Many souls who are different and unique were not understood, acknowledged, and valued for whom they were as children. Instead, they were encouraged to conform, to change, to be other than their true self in order to be loved. This can be a hard pattern to break, yet the time is here for you to love and honor yourself as yourself. You are beautiful. You do not need to change for another. You certainly do not need to change for the divine. You are being encouraged instead to distill your essence to become even more of you. Hold your center now and do not be rattled by any other through intimidation, confrontation, doubt, jealousy, or fear. To hold your center means you accept your innate value and worth, your right to exist and thrive, and accept the love that created you as you in order to fulfill your divine destiny. This oracle brings you confirmation you are on the right path. You do not need to collapse into fear or doubt to ease old guilt or to make others more comfortable. It is not selfish or hard of you to be strong. You can hold yourself in high esteem and be gentle and loving to others, whilst absolutely refusing to accept any behavior, belief, or attitude of another as would tear you down or cast you into doubt or self-hatred. As part of your spiritual training, your soul learned to be open, to receive guidance and channel healing. This is what you needed to be able to do to function as a healer, channel, and light worker. You had to be sensitive, receptive, and open. Now is the time to balance that with resilience, strength, and even some divine stubbornness. Refusing to give up on who you are, whilst remaining open to guidance, is the balance of loving wisdom necessary to grow yourself as a divinely unique individual in a world that often fears true individuality, simply because it cannot be easily controlled. Holding your center doesn't mean that you no longer surrender. Instead, you constantly choose to surrender into divine love and grow more empowered. You are here to shine a light, to be the lighthouse for others. The lighthouse doesn't ask for permission to shine. It stands still, shines faithfully, and those who need it are guided by its light to safety. Do not lose faith in yourself, beloved soul. You are who you are. Be strong, honor your inner beauty and your personal boundaries. You need to feel safe in your ability to say no as much as you need to know that you will say yes when your heart guides you to do so. Be true to you.
That is powerful. Hold your center. And as we are working with energy, I found that these cards are called Living Reiki. They are for holding your center, keeping your energy high vibrational and uplifting. And so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards. Wow. This one just wanted to stay right there. It's greater fulfillment. Greater fulfillment. When we are spiritually connected, we can experience improved relationships, enhanced creativity, a sense of purpose and direction, a deep inner peace, and a real enjoyment of our lives. Being spiritually switched on gives us greater happiness and fulfillment. Sending healing light and love to those who are working on holding their center, working on balancing their chakras, shifting paradigms, manifesting dreams and hopes that they have that are filled with light, love, and encouragement. This card definitely wanted to come out, a climate of acceptance. If we could generate a climate of acceptance, perhaps we wouldn't need to feel challenged by people's differences, but instead, we can all learn to accept that each person is unique with his or her own way of thinking, feeling, and seeing the world. So we wouldn't always expect them to think and behave as us, but instead we could accept the strength in variety and diversity. Transforming ourselves and manifesting the world around us in a positive way through good decisions, positivity, maintaining high vibrations, sending healing love and light to those who are dealing with differences, challenges, and adversities. Reach a different state. Some people's spiritual wake-up call happens during major changes or traumas in their lives, such as near-death experiences or the birth of a baby or the serious illness of someone close to them. At these times, we become very focused. So more superficial preoccupations of everyday life get pushed into the background, enabling us to reach a different state of spiritual awareness. For those of you who are stepping into spiritual awakening and conscious awareness, it is not always going to be an easy ride. It may be a very bumpy ride as things are exposed to you. People, circumstances, and situations will become clear. You may have dreams, you may have visions, you may have a gut instinct that tells you something. Those are all ways that the divine communicates to you to let you know, pay attention. Pay attention to the signs and what's going on around you. Be aware of what's happening around you. Do not spend your life in the passenger seat. Be in the driver's seat. Do not allow blinders or blinkers to prevent you from seeing through to the heart of every situation. Feel grateful. This is something else. Today we were in a store where there were beautiful sunflowers, and that happened to be one of my favorite flowers from since I was a little girl, and how I thought how cheerful they looked, that there was just this massive, just buckets of them. And I remembered thinking to myself how grateful I felt to see those beautiful sunflowers in the midst of this time in the world where there's discourse and sadness. And yet we feel grateful. To help us to lead happy, contented, fulfilled lives, it's important to distinguish between our wants and our needs, and to recognize and appreciate what we already have. Some people seem to feel grateful more often than others, and those people also tend to be happier, more helpful, more forgiving, and less depressed than their less grateful counterparts. I just want to encourage all of you this evening, be grateful, be thankful. You are blessed to be alive on this earth and to have the gifts and abilities that you have. This is a book that I've been listening to by Don Miguel Ruiz called The Four Agreements. And as I am sitting here, one of the first cards that I pulled out of the deck and that I took a picture of, and then Mark also pulled this card, says, "You are alive. So take your life and enjoy it. You were born with the right to be happy, to love, and to share love, and just to be. To take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters." Through these paradigm shifts, through these heart chakra openings, through situations and people being exposed in your life, do not allow that to shut your joy down. Be happy, be free, be joyful, and know that the universe has your back. And continue to serve in the light and know that you are loved. We hope that all of you are blessed, encouraged, and uplifted by the messages tonight. May healing and divine light and love be with you until we see you again.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Blessings.